Verse 7, and Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? So, very strange. Isaac being nearly just born, assumably. I don't know how old he is. I don't think it really specifies how old he is. But he seems very relaxed prior to being sacrificed, seemingly like he knows he's gonna die. Unless he's just like, oh, I'm not getting sacrificed. The lamb is, like, it's not me. I don't know what way to take it, but he speaks unto his father and says, and Abraham says, Here am I, my son. This is consciousness speaking to the manifestation created, saying, I am consciousness, reminding the manifestation of how it was created. And Isaac says, Behold the fire and the wood, but where's the lamb for the burnt offering? Here, the manifestation is Isaac. Isaac is aware of illumination. Isaac is aware of the wood, the physical plane, right? Consciousness and the physical plane. But where is the lamb for the burnt offering? You can connect the lamb, right? The Lamb of God takes away the sins of the world, okay? The reason why that's a saying is because lamb, goat, ram, very similar animals relate, in my opinion, to Aries, the ram, okay? And Aries is the season of spring, which illuminates the earth in order to bring creation to it, in order to bring life and abundance and a fruitful vegetation and harvest to the earthly plane. That's why the Lamb of God takes away the sins of the world. Sin implying darkness, the subconscious, the unilluminated. Aries, or the Lamb, takes away the sins of the world because it illuminates the darkness. It illuminates the subconscious with truth, right? Consciousness, depending on how you perceive reality with your two eyes through your consciousness, the way you judge it gets stored in your subconscious. And when you allow Aries, or the Lamb, to commune with the sword of truth or the knife of truth, along with the fire of illumination, which is pure consciousness, and you go within, you use it as like a trifecta force of knowing your power on earth, right? Isaac is asking, where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And he has a right to ask that, because Abraham in the next verse is going to say God provides the lamb. I'm getting ahead of myself, but Isaac can't possibly know the lamb for the burnt offering because he himself has not manifested anything yet. Abraham knows all about the lamb. He's been through the ringer, right? He went to Egypt, which means bondage. He gave his wife to Pharaoh, which again is symbolic of you giving your spirit away, allowing your mind to let you live in fear. Egypt is also very dry, void of water, and water and mysticism is allegory for your emotional state, your spiritual state. Think baptism. Baptism is very purifying, right? In the physical sense, yes, taking a shower makes you feel better, but water is very fluid, very nurturing, and that's what it is. It doesn't take form. It will always go through the cracks and find a place to disperse itself. That is spirit. That is the feminine nature. It's not loud. It won't fight. It'll just find a way. Isaac doesn't know where the lamb is because, again, he hasn't created a manifestation for himself. He doesn't know the raw force of being able to do something because Isaac hasn't able to bear his own Isaac. Abraham had to go through so much shit to figure out his consciousness. So did I. Okay, my life, in the sense of how I woke up to my sense of self, came from a severe broken heart from somebody in my life. And then losing my job, losing my apartment, getting very sick and being okay with dying, tearing my knee, and observing my reality and seeing why is my life the way it is. You know, I never was a hateful person. I was never an attack kind of person on anyone, but I was a hateful and attack kind of person on myself. And until you hit that low of being okay with just like, you know, giving it all away, then you recognize, why do I think all this about myself? Abraham got to that point plenty of times. Isaac's just born. He's a fresh consciousness. He hasn't gotten to that place at all. That's why he's asking where the burnt offering is, because he doesn't understand the power of illumination through Aries, right? The power of creation bringing life back to earth. I hope that makes sense.